guys, it's Dr. Hardy, your pediatric obesity expert, family obesity expert, pediatrician. Thank you for tuning in today. I want to talk about obesity in infancy. A lot of the times when I see parents, they bring their concerns to me when the child has already gained a significant amount of weight, and there are things or risk factors that we can look at as early as infancy to see if this is a predictor of what's going to happen with this child's future weight. So even as early as some of the earliest visits with your pediatrician, that 2, 4, 6 month visit, these conversations need to be initiated. We need to let the parents know that basically the strongest predictor of your child having issues with weight and the complications that come with it, meaning comorbidities that come with an elevated BMI or significant weight gain, is a parent having obesity. If you have one parent with obesity, that risk is increased, and if you have two, it's increased up to 80%. If you have one parent who's obese, the chances that the child will be obese is 50%. So the odds are not good. And if parents want to prevent this issue early on, they have to look at themselves and say, okay, when this baby is born, what are we going to do differently? How are we going to change our eating habits? How are we going to incorporate exercise where it is the norm for our child? So let's talk about breastfeeding versus formula feeding. Studies have shown, I think it's according to the CDC, that shows that breastfed babies have a reduced risk of becoming obese when compared to formula-fed infants. There's a 30% less likelihood that that child will become obese compared to a formula-fed, exclusively formula-fed baby. Those studies even went further to show that babies who received breast milk and formula combination were at the same risk as a solely formula-fed baby. So it doesn't reduce the risk because they're getting some breast milk. So only exclusively breastfed babies had a less chance, a decreased likelihood of becoming obese. So this protection of the breast milk, and they don't know exactly why the breast milk is protecting the infants from becoming obese, but it also is showing that it protects them long term, so into adolescence, into adulthood. Just remember, this isn't the end all be all. Not all breastfed babies are going to be protected from weight gain, and not all formula-fed babies are going to be obese, okay? So these are trends. These are average, but there are people who fall out of those trends. So I can hear someone now saying, well, my baby was formula-fed exclusively, and they are not overweight, they are skinny, I can't get them to gain any weight, and blah, 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 blah. So it is not 100%. But these are things that you can do to intervene to prevent obesity, like exclusively breastfeed. Another thing, your baby is more likely to be overweight if there's rapid weight gain during infancy. So the first year of life, if the pediatrician's like, whoa, they're gaining at a really fast rate, they're more likely to be the adult who's going to have obesity. Other things to think about: if there's an early introduction of complementary foods, meaning solid foods, baby foods, your child's more likely to gain weight. If they have a high intake of sugar-sweetened beverages, so that's the baby who's drinking juice in the bottle, running around the house with juice, they're more likely to be obese or overweight when they get older. If your baby has a high consumption of fast foods, in one of my other videos, I think it was True Story, Where's the Baby? And that baby was only eating French fries or, McDonald's or fast food, and it was a 9-month-old. If you have a baby first year of life just eating a bunch of fast food, they're more likely to be overweight. People don't think about screen time with little babies, like less than a year, but if you have your baby in front of a tablet watching cartoons, even if they can't speak, even if, they don't seem like, it's going to be a big deal, or, they're not getting exercise anyway, no. Actually, these babies who are exposed to screens are more likely to become overweight adolescents and adults. Another thing that's important is sleep. So if your baby is getting less than 9 hours of sleep, they're more likely to become overweight or obese adolescents or adults. It's just what the studies show. So that's it. Those are the major risk factors in early infancy that can predict if your child will become overweight or obese, and these are the areas where you can intervene. So I hope this helps someone. Please like, subscribe, tap that notification bell so you can hear more videos like this. See you soon.